Hey guys, how are we doing? And welcome back to the Green Stripe syllabus. This time looking at the walking stance circular block. Here it is. Okay, so circular block is a little bit different to a lot of the blocks we've learned so far. We try to treat most of our blocks as strikes. So we're trying to hit the target with power. This one can be used like that to block an upper body technique, but the primary use for this is actually to catch a front kick and throw your opponent off balance. So we're going to step out into a walking stance position. Now, rather than finishing the block as we step down, we're going to actually start the scooping part of the block as we step down with that front foot. As soon as your foot hits the floor, your back knee is going to bend like a lunge, but not as far as a lunge, about half that distance. We don't want to go too low. At the lowest point, that's the point where you're catching your opponent's leg. So you're using your inner forearm to scoop and catch underneath the calf of your opponent's front kick. Then as you come back up, you're lifting their leg up as you come up into your crossing position, at which point their leg's going to be quite high, so they're going to be off balance, and then we're throwing them out to the side. The finish point for a circular block looks a lot like a middle block on the reverse side, only your arm is slightly further out to the side for this, so it sits slightly outside of the rule of shoulder line. You want roughly your outside of the shoulder to be in line with the inside of your hand at the point of finish, so it's slightly wider than a middle block would be. As you come up into your crossing position, try to allow your body to turn in the direction that you're scooping so that you can then throw your weight back in the direction that you're blocking. What we don't want to do is come up centrally into our crossing position and then end up turning our body in the opposite direction to where we're blocking. This would be counterproductive. We want our weight traveling in the direction that we're trying to throw our opponent off balance. So you want to turn almost side facing so that when you throw the block, you're turning in the direction of the block, but you still finish half facing on impact. As always, timing is key, so we need to finish the block at the point our heel hits the floor. I recommend starting at the cross position with your back heel off the ground and just practice that last section of the movement where you're pulling your arm into position and you're dropping your heel at the same time. It's very common for students here to get the timing wrong and end up blocking up into position or dropping their heel before they pull their arm across. We want the whole finish of the movement from the cross position to the finish to happen as you're dropping your heel at the end. So work on that timing, that's important. Okay, and that's it for the circular block in walking stance. Awesome job, guys. See you in the next one.